Leo. This is Revan, otherwise known as Cosmic Alignment, and this is your weekly forecast for the week of January 7 to the 13th of 2019. So in this forecast, for the first part, I'm going to go ahead and go over the major planetary energies that we'll be all experiencing as a collective. And in the second part, I will be contextualizing these planetary energies as experienced by you, Leo. So, of course, if we had your own personal and unique individual natal chart, these interpretations can be even further personalized, but just knowing your sun, moon, and or rising sign and knowing the horoscope or forecast for that sign should be sufficient and give you a pretty accurate idea as to how these energies will be experienced. So let's get into it, Leo. So this is the first part of this forecast. This week we see again a Capricorn stellium. We see Mercury, the logical mind, our thinking in Capricorn, very business oriented, very down to earth and grounded. Saturn, the sun, Pluto, south node. We see what, 1, 2, 3, 4 planets. This is 40% of the cosmos. Let your intuition sit with that. Capricorn is the ambitious businessman that wants to get things done. Very practical, pragmatic, down to earth and centered. Very, very pragmatic. There's no idealism, no big grandiose ideology. There is what's practical and what's concrete. So this energy is still carrying us forward into this week. And it's interesting to note that this Friday, which is 1/11, by the way, we have a really eventful Friday, 1/11. First of all, I want to note that the sun, the spirit, the creative energy within the cosmos, the heartbeat, will be conjunct Pluto, the underworld, evolution, death, rebirth, and the underworld. This is signaling that there is an emphasis, a deep desire and emphasis on embodying our purpose, on seeking complete metamorphosis of self. And also we are wanting to go ahead and actualize our purpose out in society in some type of sociological, cultural context, while we're being pushed and urged to embody our truth and our uniqueness in society, in our culture, and integrating our uniqueness into this matrix and transforming and evolving it, especially us Pluto, Scorpio generation. If you were born from November 1985 to November 1995, this is you, Pluto Scorpio generation is here to completely redo what it means to be a human working in this career in a cultural, sociological context. We're here to transmute Scorpio, the underworld of our ancestry and our culture and society. We are the byproduct of what came before us, and we're here to transform it, transmute it for the next generation, which is you guys, Pluto Sag, you starseeds, channeling and downloading all that incredible wise information and knowledge. Well, we're prepping the world for you, Pluto Scorpio. So anyways, sorry I went on a little rant there, but this Pluto and Sun conjunction is really just a reflection of like this deep undertone of wanting evolution and transformation right now. This Capricorn stellium, this very down-to-earth pragmatic energy, and this Pluto Sun in Cap as well, Capricorn, landing the same week is correlated because all this energy has to do with the bottom line. It is as if we got to a point where we now realize that we're not going to move forward unless we use our own personal will to really take control of our lives and mold and create our destiny by the strength of our own will. Our purpose and destiny will not be actualized in itself. We have to put in effort, and at the same time, we're also learning the limitations of this purpose. While we are meant to do certain things, we also are meant to not do certain other things. We are becoming self-aware and becoming aware of our role within the collective. And this is the Capricorn energy and archetype, is finding our role, our function within the collective, thereby embodying and expressing our truth, and in a way being of service to the collective. The second major energy shift occurring this week is Venus entering Sagittarius on Monday, the 7th of January. So this energy, after Venus having gone after and through all that underworld, all that transmutation in terms of with the friends, the relationships, having to completely detox and purge, and then having gone through a beautiful trine with North Node Cancer, Chiron Pisces, has been uplifted, spiritualized, and lightened up. Now we see it move into Sagittarius. What does this reflect? A deep need to discover and actualize personal truth in the form of a guiding philosophy of life in order to have a core sense of meaning and purpose. There is a restlessness that seeks perpetual expansion. This is Sagittarius energy. So there's a commitment to your personal growth and development. This vibration makes you feel connected to the energies that are at play in the universe. Now, this Venus-Sag energy, it must evolve. To evolve, it must learn that your truth is your truth. You have your perspective and your own truth, and sometimes Sag can be a little dogmatic. So with this transit, it's important to remember that your truth is your truth, your own, and that everybody else has their own truth from their own perspective. So while there are a lot of other aspects, I will just mainly point those two major aspects that I feel characterize this week, which is one about getting real self-aware about what we're up to in this life and taking some actions accordingly. Hey Leo, this is the second part of the forecast in which I contextualize the current planetary transits, shifts, and energies for you specifically, Leo. So, in looking at the energies for this upcoming week, we don't see any planets, major energies coming into this energy of Leo. However, we do see a couple energies and fire signs, which you would be feeling, Leo, as a fire sign as well. These energies would be available and at your disposal to utilize and to channel. Namely, these energies are, of course, Mars in Aries and Jupiter in Sagittarius. And actually, these two are going to be forming trines at certain points later on the month, if not early February. And this is basically, you know, it seems like both fire signs are being incredibly supported right now. By that I mean Mars is at its home sign of Aries. Sagittarius is in its home sign of Sagittarius. I mean, Jupiter is in its home sign of Sagittarius. And so these two signs, your brothers and sisters, Leo, are both receiving, I guess you can say, the fuel to their tank that's very unique to them. Mars is aggressive, masculine energy. Aries has it fully at its disposal. And so do you, Leo. And Jupiter, expansiveness, generosity, prosperity, expansion, the higher mind, the higher self, the belief, the optimism. This is in the sign of Sag, again, freely expressed at home and freely having us feel optimistic, expansive, and feeling like you can go in any which direction. So these two energies, expansive Jupiter and aggressive masculine Mars, in these harmonious fire signs, are creating like a layer of this fire available to us, Leo. And for you particularly, it seems like, I know that maybe because, you know, you're not an Aries, you're not a Sag, it might seem like they don't pertain to you as much, but they actually do, solely because of the fact that you're a fire sign. So you have these fires available. So you're feeling highly optimistic, very full of prosperity, lucky, blessed, grateful. These are all the qualities of Jupiter. Feeling expansive, feeling like we're growing, feeling like things are turning out, you know, in good fortune, and there's abundance and prosperity heading our direction. This is basically good karma coming back. And this Mars Aries energy is just a tank full of gas, ready to be channeled in any which direction. And so with this whole stellium energy in Capricorn, and this year beginning with the Sun-Saturn conjunction, Leo, this time of the year, this time of our zodiac journey, Capricorn, Saturn, want us to take a hard look at ourselves. And Leo, for you, this means looking at, you know, if you're embodying your own self-expression. For Leos, it's important to feel creatively self-expressed, to feel that your own creative purpose is being actualized and not dimmed and thrown to the back seat or forgotten. It has to be at the forefront. Leos, you guys love being self-expressed, shining, and showing off your uniqueness and divinity. This is evolutionarily a necessity, both for yourself and the people whom receive your warmth, light, power, and knowledge. And so this time of the year, Capricorn Saturn is reminding you, Leo, to put your feet on the ground, to become the self-expressed lion that you are, but to also be practical and pragmatic, even if that means taking a little bit slower, being a little bit more patient, and looking at the long-term perspective more so than the short-term gain that we might be able to get if we play, you know, these strategic marketing games. But building up your brand, building up your presence, building up your reputation is more important for you, Leo, as a creative in this modern digital age. So a lot of optimism, Leo, with that Jupiter Sag, a lot of aggressive energy, excitability, ready to go in any which direction. It's like, man, every morning it's like, if anything, there's a practice to patience than a lack of energy at this point in the cosmic phase. So go ahead and use this energy to create that creative fire, to channel that creative fire, Leo. But remember to think about how you want to channel your creativity, your purpose, your light, your warmth, your love, your wisdom. Because in some type of way, it's time for all of us to turn this gift, uniqueness, light, and power of ourselves into a service for the collective. And this is the age of Aquarius. So I hope you enjoyed this second part of the reading, specifically contextualized for you, Leo. If you did, please go ahead and like the video. If you enjoy these types of horoscopes, in specifically, you know, pertaining to your own sign, please go ahead and subscribe. That way you can get notified as soon as I publish this. And I think that's pretty much it. I hope you have a great fucking week, Leo. Peace out.